Well, the first thing you're gonna do when you get in the truck, what is it, big dog? No, the first thing before you get in the truck. There you go. Remember, the first thing before you get in the truck, you're gonna chock your tires. There you go. When you enter your vehicle, you always enter a 3-point contact. You're gonna get in the truck, you're gonna come out the same way you get in it. What's on, big dog? 9 times out of 10, your air pressure's already built up. So one thing about it, what he's getting ready to do right now is called a safe start. What he's doing is make sure his vehicle is safe to start. You know what I'm saying? So these procedures he's gonna do with that. Needs to verbally too. So this is what he's gonna say, let you know. Tell him how you're gonna do it. I'm getting ready to perform a safe start. So what he's gonna do is cut it on the on position. Got the right key. Oh, wrong key, no wonder. So one thing about it though, when he turns on the on position, he's gonna look for his ABS light to come on, go off. He's gonna make sure his brakes are set. Make sure his transmission and neutral. You testing all that to make sure your vehicle's safe to start. That's before we start the engine. Go ahead. He's gonna rev his engine between 10 and 12 RPM to 120 to 140 PSI. That's when you listen for what it is doing now. He listens for the speeds of his truck. Hey, roll you, yeah, I'm about to say roll you with it down. A lot of times when your truck is stopped, it's got air pressure already built in it. So I'll let them know that a lot of times, if your truck's already been running, your air pressure already built up. So you want to personally hear your governor speed, make sure your governor working properly. So fan your air pressure down. This is how you fan your air pressure down. Because you get past 100 at the stop, but you won't hear your governor go off. You won't hear your sneeze. One thing about it, you want to hear your sneeze to make sure your governor's working properly. So you fan your air pressure down a little bit. Now go ahead. You know the sneeze, right? When you hear the trucks, and every time you hear, that's a sneeze. That's what you want to do to make sure that's the release of air, of extra air. One thing that makes your governor working properly. You see that air? You hear the air go off? That's what you want to hear, sneeze. The one thing about it though, that's his governor cutoff, so he knows governor working properly. So what he's gonna do? He's making preparation for an air leak test now. So one thing he's gonna do is he's gonna turn this vehicle off. He's gonna put it back on the on position. And he's gonna release both of his brakes. Push him in. So one thing about though, he's turned on the on position because you want to see his light indicators come on. That's why he turned off, on. He releases the brakes because he releases the air into his air chambers. But also he needs to take his emergency braking device. That's your last stance when it comes to you in case you have to make sure that your brakes can lock up on you if it's adequate enough time. Because once you lose air pressure between 20 and 40 PSI, you have no brakes. So you want to make sure that your brakes over there, you want to make sure that they're working properly, that they actually pop out. If they don't pop out, you're in trouble. So think about it, you making all these preparations before you even go out there. Okay, go ahead. So his first one is he's taking his slide brakes. Okay, dude. He's gonna ask me to time him. See, at a 1 minute's time, he should not lose more than 4 PSI. If he does, that indicates he have a leak. So one thing about it, he's waiting on his needle to stabilize. It's going to move a little bit. Once the needle stabilizes, after a minute's time, it should not lose more than 4 PSI. Okay? So yes, fanning the air pressure down. Once it hit, that's the second one. So he's gonna look for his low air one light to come on. That's his emergency braking system. Between 24 PSI, both of them should pop up. But you want to keep your eyes on it because you want to make sure both of them pop up, not just one. See, both of his brakes engaged. So he knows it's working properly. You're good. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. I want you to learn how to do a fresh safe start. Remember to keep it circle. I'm gonna get ready to perform a safe start. I'm gonna cut my vehicle in the on position. You're gonna visually look, you're gonna say, This is my ABS light going on and off. Make sure my brakes are set, my transmission in neutral. I'm gonna start my vehicle. Okay. So what's the first thing you're gonna be looking for? There you go. Make sure your tires are chocked. Come on, which they are. Okay, 3 points contact, that means nothing in your hand. Okay, put your keys in your pocket or whatever you got to put them at. Yeah, make sure your hands touching something. There you go. Okay, now you're getting ready to say, I'm getting ready to perform a safe start. What you gonna do? You're gonna say what you're gonna do. You're gonna perform it, then you're gonna say the results. Okay? Okay, let me see you do it. Yep, this is a safe start, yep. Okay, put your key in ignition, turn it on the on position. Just like the on position. You see ABS light? You're gonna see it go on and you're gonna see it come off. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, let's do it again. No, off. I put it on position. The ABS light on, then it's off. That's what you're gonna say, because you're gonna make sure it's working. My ABS light on, then it's off. You're gonna make sure brakes are set. Brakes are set means they're out. Releasing your brakes is pushing them in, okay? Yep, so you're gonna make sure they're out. Make sure the brakes is, no, you just gotta touch them a little bit. There you go. You make sure they're set. Make sure your transmission in neutral. Yep, make sure this in neutral, okay? So that's what you're gonna do. That's your safe, that's gonna be the first part of your safe start. Okay, now I'm gonna see you do it again. ABS light, take your key out the ignition. Now tell them what you were getting ready to perform.
How do you say it?
Safe start.
Safe start.
All right, okay. Okay, ABS light on. Just what you're gonna say, ABS light on.
ABS light on.
You see it went off. Check your brakes set. Brake set, transmission in neutral. You're gonna touch it, make sure it's in neutral. Because when you're in a manual truck, it's gonna be loose. That's how you're gonna be checking it. We just, one thing about it is want to keep in mind and get you used to it before you get it on a manual truck. That's why you're gonna be checking it. Because you don't want your truck in gear and your mess around and your brakes are released, you're gonna take off. That's why you wanna make sure your vehicle is safe to start. Okay, do the process again. Take them out. Then what you're gonna perform and perform. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna start it up. There you go. Now what you're gonna do is I'm gonna rev my engine between 10 to 12 RPM. It don't work. I rev my engine 10 to 12 RPM to 120 to 140 PSI.
This one right here, right?
Yeah, that's your PSI, yeah. So you gonna say it? No, 10 to 12 RPM. 120, 140 PSI. What is this?
10 to 20.
10 to 12?
10 to 12. 120 to 140, right?
That's right. Go ahead and do it. Then once it's sneezed, okay, just cut your vehicle off. Come on this side, big dog. I want you to go on the side of him. And he's gonna show you how to perform air leak test. Fan your air pressure down. Perform all the way down to air leak test. I mean the air leak test, perform the air leak test, and I just want him to get to the point of getting his safe start and all that stuff, just get to the air leak test.
My lock in, my lock jaw, my lock in, lock jaw. Oh yeah, my release handle.
Where your release handle at?
Right here.
There you go. That way you ain't gonna forget it, because they're all lined up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Release handle is properly mounted in superior lock position.
Don't forget you're not cracked, bent, or broken.
Oh yeah. Right, broken.
Yep. This started all the way up from the apron on down.
Okay.